Hello lovely beaders! Today we have some lovely gemstones cut as oval beads. Here we have some 18 by 25 and here some 15 by 20. If you want to use them in a beaded project, you need to create a bezel around so you can connect them in more than 2 points. Nice, huh? We can use any size of a bead because the technique that I am sharing with you today it's allowing you the flexibility to adapt it to any size. And we will need 11/0 cylinder beads and 15/0 seed beads. Of course, the bead, the thread and the needle. For each of these bezels I have used the different techniques. Here we have the technique where the belly band is made out of right angle weave units, and this is what we are going to explore today. This one is made with line belly band anchored against 2 seed beads, and this one is just a normal free floating bezel. So we have 3 techniques as well, and this would be only the base bezel because on top of it you can create different embellishments. So let's get started. Here we have our 18 by 25 oval onyx, black onyx gemstone, 11/0 cylinder beads and 15/0 beads. And we start our project by threading through the gemstone, and we leave tail of thread, pick up a seed bead, go back through the stone, pick up a seed bead, go back through the stone. And to make these anchor beads sturdy, we just reinforce going back and forth again. And now we just go through one of the seed beads, and here we are ready to attach the right angle weave belly band. For the right angle weave belly band, we pick up 3 seed beads and create the first right angle weave using one of the anchoring beads. And now we move the thread through the opposite bead to the anchoring one. And from this position we are going to add as many right angle weave units as we need to cover this area of the bead. When we get at the last one, we have to connect going through this second anchoring bead. So we continue. I'll show you one more right angle weave unit, and then we continue off the camera. So 3 seed beads, and move the thread through the top seed bead opposite the one where the right angle weave starts. So here I have made the right angle weave strip exactly to cover the half of the bead, and now I am going to connect it with the second anchoring. So this is bead number 1 of the right angle weave. We pick up bead number 2. The anchoring bead is bead number 3, and then we pick up bead number 4, and we just connect with the first seed bead. And here we have the connection. I usually reinforce by going once more around the last unit and carefully pull the threads. And now, using the anchoring bead as the first unit of as the first seed bead of a right angle weave unit, I start creating the second half of the belly band, and then at the end I will connect it with the first anchoring bead. So let's make one unit together in the second half. So pick up 3 seed beads, connect with the top seed bead, move the thread at the opposite seed bead, and continue the right angle weave until we get this length. Here we have the second half of the belly band, and we have to be careful that the band is not twisted like that, for instance. Okay, and now we make the connection. So carefully the band in place. We have bead number 1, bead number 2, the first anchoring bead, bead number 3, and pick up bead number 4. And then we go back through bead number 1, tighten the thread, go back again to reinforce the last unit, and here we have the belly band of our bezel made with a right angle weave finished and ready for the next step. In this step, holding the gemstone like this, we make sure that the thread comes out of one of the top beads facing the side of the stone. Pick up one seed bead and go through the next seed bead that sticks out. Actually, this can act as one row of peyote stitch using the right angle weave as a base. and we go like this around the entire belly band. Here we are at the last couple of stitches, and at the last stitch we do a step up the way we do at any normal peyote stitch. So we will go through the right angle weave bead and through the 11-0 that we have added the first bead in this row, and this is how it looks at the end of this row. Looking at this, I would make another row to make sure that when we come with the 15-0 beads, the bezel will cover quite well the bead, the stone. So now we continue adding another peyote stitch row. So we pick up a seed bead and go through the one that we have added in the previous row, and we go again around the entire stone, just like this. So here we are at the last stitches of the second row of peyote stitch, and we step up through the last stitch. So we go in one go through 2 seed beads, and now looking at the width of the bezel, I think is quite enough. Make sure that the thread has a good tension, and now we can start adding the 15-0 seed beads that will cup the bezel even more and will keep the stone very well in place. So we just pick up a 15-0 and we go through the beads that stick out from the previous row, and we go like this around the bezel. The last stitch of this row of 15-0 peyote, we step up and we continue adding the last row on this side of 15-0. Here the last stitch of the 15-0, and one more, and we step up through the last 2 15-0s. With this we have finished the row. We make sure that there is no extra thread left in between the thread, in between the beads, and this is our half of the bezel finished. Now we move the thread using the path that is already there to the other side. When we get to the right angle weave, we just use the path from the unit, and we place the thread at the top of the right angle weave that points towards the bead. And with the thread here, we repeat the same procedure as here. So the first row of 11 rows, the second one, and then 2 rows of 15 rows, exactly like in the other half. And I will continue this half of the camera and come back when I am at the last stitches. If you need to watch again, just check the chapters in the description that will take you very easily at the point you need to watch again. Okay. So here the last few stitches on the second side of the bezel, and here we step up as well. We make sure that the thread is well pulled, and now we can move the thread away, weave in, and when we get to the right angle weave belly band, we follow the path of the belly band, of the right angle weave, sorry. Here a few stitches around one of the right angle weave units will secure the thread in place. And now we cut this, and this is how our onyx, black onyx 18 by 25 looks when it's bezeled with this right angle weave belly band. I actually prefer these right angle weave units band to use when I bezel the stones, because it's wider. Obviously it will take less time to bezel the entire stone, and it's very convenient that the side beads can be used as a base for the peyote stitch. And I think this is quite an easy way to handle the gemstone bezeling. I hope you like this. In future tutorials I will show you how we can use in our beaded designs these basic components, let's call them. Thank you for watching. subscribe if you like it. And see you with our next tutorial. Ciao ciao!